Hotel Tango, K0DWC. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, I'm Chuck.
Okay, Bill, I copy you. You're in the #1 spot this morning. Congratulations. Great job. Great job. So I got you in the 1 spot, Bill, in 6 Bravo Charlie Tango. Is there anybody else who'd like to check in a few minutes early before we start? You can come now.
Well, good morning, Chuck, W7MS.
Mikey, good to have you back. You sound great this morning, as usual. How's things over in Reno this morning?
Beautiful morning. Just reset a few of the old analog clocks to the correct time due to the prerequisite power outages. They were brief, but numerous yesterday afternoon. So the life is good. Nice to be here this morning. And it's been a beautiful couple of days with cool weather and great downdrafts from the thunderstorms, W7MS.
Yeah, we didn't get any rain over here. Just a lot of noise, a lot of thunder bumpers and stuff, but it did what it usually does. It split the mountain ranges between the Virginia Range and the Pine Nut Range, and there was rain all around us, and above us was some blue sky and some white clouds. So it went right around us. But we didn't have any power outages, though. I didn't know Reno had any power outages out yesterday. But, anyway, you're back up and running again, and that's what counts. So we'll see what happens here. Hopefully that's all gone now. We won't have to worry about that now. So I think it's supposed to be nice today and tomorrow, and then I think a chance of rain maybe in 2 or 3 days. Anyway, Mike, I got you in the 2 spot here, W7MS Bills #1 in 6 BCT. And let me see if there's #3 out there real quick for the Vinny's Military Radio Net. I'd like to check in early. Come now.
W6 SSP.
Well, good morning, Steve. W6 SSP. We got a great signal into Dayton Valley this morning. You're sounding good. How's things over in Santa Rosa?
Oh, pretty good. Boring summertime weather here. No thunderstorms or anything like that. Not even any power outages. So just boring weather. That's how it goes this time of year.
Okay, well, I guess at least the sunshine. Oh, wow, okay. Well, it's good to hear you this morning, Steve. I got you in the 3 spot there, my friend, W6 SSP. In the 3 spot. Mike is second, W7MS, and Bill is first, N6 BCT. Is there a #4 out there? I'd like to be an early check-in. We're going to start the net here in a few minutes. And be #4, you're welcome to come now. Well, I guess this is probably a good time to get something to drink. Yeah, anyway, things are going to stay here this morning, but wake up. We're number 4 out there for the Venice Military Radio Net. You're welcome to come now. Let's check in early.
Check in early, low power. I got to tune up the K0DWC
Well, good morning, Vern. K0DWC. Good signal this morning, Vern. Even though you're not tuned up. And don't forget your amp. Okay? Okay, Vern, I've got you in the number 4 spot there. K0DWC, number 4. Is there a number 5 out there? Excuse me. Is there a number 5 out there? Oh, wow. Stand by a minute. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Sorry about that, fellas. Is there a number 5 out there that'd like to check in and for the Venice Military Radio Net? You can come now.
WA7YBS.
Oh, there's Henry. Henry, you sound way down. Are you away from the mic, or you running something different? WA7YBS K0DWC.
Well, I can get a little closer to the mic, but I can't really see anything if I do that. Everything looks okay.
Okay. You 2.5 copy. You're just not as loud as I'm used to hearing you, that's all. You must be running something different. Henry, I got you in the 5 spot there, man. WA7YBS. I got you in the number 5 spot. Let's see. Is there a number 6 out there that'd like to check in early? You can come now. Okay, nothing heard, so I guess we can go ahead and get started here. We can pick up any stragglers at the end of the first round there. But, good morning, and this is Venice Military Radio Net. It's K0DWC Chuck, and I'll be your net control this morning. And I'll be on 3.974 megacycles. Venice Military Radio Net is a roundtable AM net that provides an opportunity for licensed hands to operate their vintage military radio gear on the air. The military gear is encouraged, but certainly not a requirement. The check-ins will be given a number that can be used in the handoff. I'll call for check-ins at the end of each roundtable session. If anybody has anything for sale or a want, please mention it during your turn in the roundtable session. So, the rundown as I have it in order was Bill in the number 1 spot, N6BCT. In the 2 spot is Mike, W7MS. In the 3 spot is Steve, W6SSP. In the 4 spot is Vern, K0DWC. And in the 5 spot is Henry, WA7YBS. And just real quick, one more quick check ahead of time. Is there a number 6 out there that wants to check in? You can come now. Okay, nothing heard. All right, guys. Well, we're running the same net control station this morning, AR213, and listening on the R45, ARR7. Cheating with an LS3 speaker, and running a D104 mic about, I don't know, 200 watts, plus or minus. And co-listening on an R388 hooked to the loop antenna. So that's our rundown here. And with that, we'll go ahead and we'll
go over to Half Moon Bay to Bill in 6 Bravo Charlie Tango to take it. This is K0DWC.
Okie dokie, W7MS here. Well, good morning to everyone on frequency. Of course, Mike and Reno. And this morning running the Viking Kilowatt, so totally non-military, 32B3 driving the Viking Kilowatt with audio and RF excitation, listening on the 75A1. So that's the short version. And I'm choking up too. I'm still waking up and on the first cup of coffee. But I think Henry was still wiping the dream state. He was sounded like he was still waking up there. I think that was the loudness issue for Chuck. But good morning, Henry, Vern, and Steve, and of course Chuck. And we'll just keep it rolling here. We got some conversational topics this morning, as others have, but it's a short list. But let's see what Steve's up to before propagation does him in. W6SSP, W7MS.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Yeah, propagation is okay today so far. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, good morning, Chuck, with Carl in the background, Bill in Half Moon Bay, Mike in Reno, and Vern and Henry in Nevada, Nevada. Anyway, this is Steve, just north of Santa Rosa, running the usual Collins 75A1 receiver, 32V1 transmitter, good dipole, D104 microphone, the usual. Let's see, what's going on here? Well, unfortunately, I've been playing roofer all week, and I probably will be for a couple more. Discovered some damage in the corner of the garage. There's a lot of detail work to it, so finding, I thought the damage was restricted to a couple of feet, and kept digging and digging and digging, and anyway, I'm back to 6 feet and pretty much done with the damage, but it was pretty severe. There were 5 layers of roofing on that section, so fun and games. I used to enjoy this kind of thing. I don't anymore. I've been talking to a fella in my home state of Massachusetts this week, and he was telling me that he's got quite a bit of interesting large ham radio iron, not the least of which is a Raytheon Collins, or not Raytheon, Rockwell Collins HF 80, I believe it is, transmitter. He's raving about that. He says pretty cool thing, but the only one he ever found was in California, so he bought it and had it shipped out there, and he said there were a couple of other pretty nice items he got from California as well. So imagine the shipping from California to Massachusetts. I wouldn't do it, but other people do, I guess. Anyway, guys, heading off to the flea market in a few minutes. So I'll listen for a little while. Then I'll say 73 and hopefully be on next weekend for the whole net. So we'll pass it on to Mike, on to Vern, K6VXY W6SSP.
Fun at the swamp meet, K6VXY Burn in Pine Mountain Lake, or more commonly known as Groveland, California, and running the IC-7200 today. I've been messing around with the other stuff, but mostly the last week or so, and other things have been cleaning up, getting ready for the big spray. our house is going to be tented tomorrow, Monday, through Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Thursday. The bedbugs just winning the battle. I shot a bunch of shots. I sprayed a bunch of them yesterday, and I thought we had cleared the bed, you know, our king-size bed there in the master bedroom. Nah. I'll have more on that later, but anyhow, they're going to come and do their thing. Then there's a cleanup crew that comes in on Thursday, just get rid of all the dead fellows there. So anyhow, I'm running the 7200 and the SB200 linear, and I would be continuing to work on the Marauder, and I will be getting that on the air. I won't be here next week. There'll be so much stuff. I got to take the antennas down after this net, some more antennas, because they got to drape this tarp right against the house. So my cable lines and stuff have to be moved, and I got part of it done already. And receiving on the 7200 also, and the antenna's up pretty good. I've been eyeing some new stuff. I'm going to try and get it up a little higher again, and more directed toward Carson City and Minden area. So, and let's see, I'm going to turn it over to Chuck, because I didn't hear number 5. So, back to net, I think. Net control, Chuck, K0DWC, and good morning to everybody. Oh, I think 5 is Henry. I'm wrong. WA7, sorry, Henry. WA7YBS in the group, K6VXY.
Okay, hey, Chuck, there was a guy, WB9, I believe it was, tried to check in. You want to pick him up? Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, the WB9 Spike, if you're out there, please come back.
I don't know if you copied him, Chuck, or anybody else, but I did. It's WB9 Echo Golf, WB9 EGG, and he's in Pacifica. His name is Ron, and so he's running 25 watts, so that's what I got, and he'll be number 6. So I'll turn it over to Ron when I'm done here. So this is WA7YBS Henry in Dayton Valley. And Mike's got it right. We're still in the kind of not wake-up mode, but in the cognitive mode. Are we really with it? And I'm tweaking and talking at the same time, which is always not necessarily a good thing. But well, I think that's as good as I can do for right now. Anyway, we're on the KWS1 in the AM mode, so that's upper sideband with reinserted carrier. And the microphone is Electro Voice 664, which is a good mic. You know, I just was probably about a foot away from it, and now I'm not close talking it, but I'm a little bit closer than I was. And so anyway, we're running about 150 watts of carrier power. You have to back it down quite a bit if you're going to run 100% duty cycle. And let's see, the antenna is a collinear array, and the receiver is a 75A4. Of course, the military connection is through Mars, and well, I guess you could also count that those couple of flights that Art Collins and Butch Griswold took, because that was part of the Air Force, doing it with the KWS-1 on board a, what was it, a Strato freighter. So anyway, That's the equipment run down here. Let's say it was 55 degrees this morning, and it's been kind of threatening, lightning and thunder the past couple of afternoons. So we'll see if we can escape it again, like we have the last couple of afternoons. It's been threatening, but not really much of anything. So that's okay. I'm going to turn it over to Ron. And Ron, you turn it back to net control, and that's K0DWC Delta Whiskey Charlie. So WB9 EGG. Go ahead. This is WA7 YBS. Okay, Ron, WB9 Echo Papa George, I think that's what it was. But, anyway, welcome to the Vintage Military Radio Net, Ron. We meet here every Sunday morning at approximately 7 o'clock Pacific time, and we're on for about an hour, depending on how many folks we get, but we've been here for 13 or 14 years at least, and you're welcome to check in anytime you like. We've got you down on the docket, so next time you check in, we'll know exactly who you are and your call sign. So thank you for being here this morning. We appreciate it very much. Okay. Well, let's see if we got a number 7 out there to end the first round for the Vintage Military Radio Net. Is there a number 7 out there like to check in? You can come now.
W6MQI.
Well, there you are. Good morning, Dave, W6MQI. Good to hear you. Good to have you back. Good to have Mike back, too. Go ahead and make a transmission, Dave. W6MQI, and you send it back up to me, K0DWC. W6MQI. Go ahead and take it.
Alrighty, K0DWC, W6MQI. Well, good morning to all. The stations I heard so far has been Mike, Steve, EQRT, Vern, Henry, and I heard Ron, but boy, he's right on the edge here. So, again, good morning, everybody. This is Dave, and we're in Livermore, and we're operating the TCF setup. It's been a long time since I ran these. I had to scratch my head to, okay, how do you run these things? But I think they're all running. You heard me, which is good. Weather here today is 60 degrees so far, a little bit of wind, and it's overcast. It's been kind of cool all week, in fact, but I think it's supposed to warm up next week. So back to you, Chuck. K0DWC, W6MQI.
Yeah, okay, Dave. Yeah, you're sounding great, man. You got a great signal here this morning. Sound like the Dave we all know. Running the TCS. Good deal. All right. Is there a number 8 out there that'd like to check in for the tail end of the first round? You can come now. Okay, nothing heard. So just real quick, let me do a real quick rundown so everybody's on the same page here. Number 1 is Bill, N6BCT. Number 2 is Mike, W7MS. Number 3 was Steve, but he signed, but I guess is listening out. Number 4 was Vern, K6VXY. Number 5 was Henry, WA7YBS. Number 6 is Ron, WB9EPG. And then Dave, W6MQI. So with that, we'll go back up to the top. Over to Half Moon Bay again, over to Bill. Bill, you're on the pole this week, man. Congratulations on being number 1. And go ahead and take it. N6 Bravo Charlie Tango, go ahead.
So welcome to Ron, WB9EPG. I've worked with that on the world. 45. Good over really good over
Okay, well, thank you, Bill. N6BCT, W7MS. 7 3s to Steve if he's still listening, and good hunting at the swap meet. And good morning to Ron and Dave. Ron, if you get an amplifier, it'd really be nice if you used it. Summertime conditions, and 10 or 20 watts is rather difficult, as it is for Bill also. But it's nice to hear you this morning, and welcome to 3974. And good morning, Dave. And I totally understand your comments on maybe losing muscle memory, let alone mental memory, when it comes to a piece of equipment when you're looking at the steam gauges and knobs, and you're it's rather it's totally normal, but also kind of shocking when you're saying, this is what do I do? But good signal into Reno. Nice to hear you. And Henry's doing good on the KWS1, military correct, and that is fine. And I wonder, I've got to run a few comments related to military radios, but Henry, did you see the R648 NOS shock mount that was buy it now for $375 plus shipping plus sales tax? That sold rather quickly. It certainly would be an ultimate impulse purchase if I hit the buy it now button on eBay, but it was interesting to see that, since I think that's probably one of the few opportunities to get them out for an R648 Collins, but rather pricey. But obviously there was somebody out there that was willing to pick it up. And let me see, projects here. Took some time off from electronics projects, but I brought in the house in the past week the number 19 amplifier from our friends in Canada, made by the Rogers Majestic Limited Company, and the power supply for it, which is made by Electronic Laboratories of Canada, which actually is a USA company based in Indianapolis, from what I can see from some of the components in it that say made in the USA. But an interesting amplifier that was developed late in World War II. These are theoretically 1944 contract, but I think they were still trying to invent the product through late World War II, but runs an 813, produces a mighty 60 watts on AM, a mighty 75 watts on CW, to be excited by either wireless set 19 or wireless set 22. Runs an 813, 2,000 volts on the plate, probably weighs minus the rack and shock mount around 120 pounds combined. So it's quite a beastie, and essentially has circuitry in the amplifier. I think it's kind of analogous to controlled carrier, and I think that was probably due to the fact to save DC consumption when that power supply was being run on 12 volts. I think maximum current of 50 amps. So I think it was designed to save some battery life on the DC operation. Of course, the power supply is multifaceted and can run on either AC house voltage, nominal 117 volts, or 12 volts DC. So that was gifted to me from Mr. Andrew Miller. Thank him very much, and I think we'll have that on the air in short order. We're just about ready to bring out the amplifier in the smoke test mode. The amplifier's up and running and repaired, and it should be exciting. So that's the project here. So I think we have another contender for watts per pound when Chuck and Henry decide to have some kind of special operating event. But with that, Vern, sorry to hear about the tenting. I'm sure maybe that has to do with bed bugs, and hopefully not termites. But I guess both are as pretty daunting subjects. And with that, Vern, take it away. K6VXY W7MS.
Okay, thanks, Mike, for the comment on the bed bugs. Yeah, I always have this hope I can save some money and wipe them out, because I have a very effective bed bug killer that's a spray. But we tried the double bed last night. That, like I said, they're coming Monday, and all was well for a little bit. You know, we had a clean sheet that we had put through the washer dryer and set on there, and we were going to test it out. And I was back in the living room looking at some TV show, and my wife came in and says, "It's terrible in there." I says, "What happened?" It says, "Bed bugs everywhere." So I guess what they do is they hide in the walls when you're trying to get ready to get rid of them. You kill a few of them. I think I wiped out about 20 of them total last night. So they're really here. But you know, when you're paying thousands of dollars to have this house tended, you want to make sure that it's not wasted money. That's more I spend on my hand equipment. Anyhow, with that, yeah, we did have a thing done this last couple weeks in the backyard. It's really nice. We're actually in Pine Mountain Lake at what they call the lower end of the hill, and the street is right out in front of us, the main street, Cresthaven Drive, and so they put in a wall that went all the way across the back. It goes about 3 feet high, and there's rock on top, and then on the bottom of the rock, which is behind the wall, is a 4-inch diameter tube that accepts the water. So it's to keep the water from running through the house and continuing to attack the patio that's in the backyard. It's about a 12 by 16 foot patio they put in, extended from the dining area. So that should all take place here in the next few days. But I have someone coming over, I think Saturday. We're going to try and, himself, he has a long 20-foot pole. We're going to cut a couple trees, or one tree only actually, that's got this triangular 3 branches that shoot up that get in the way, because I want to go over a different tree. One of the beauties about living up in the hills, anyone that's done it knows that your trees grow. One thing they do is get taller. Well, there's been a few new candidates for my, let's see, the left side of the antenna, which will tend to make that part of the full-sized dipole point broadside to you guys. So that should help. And the signal's good now, but it can get better. And if it makes it worse, we'll fix it again. But I think it'll make it pretty good. So anyhow, with that, let's see. Yeah, we're going to go up near Elk Grove and stuff like that, with the outside chance that we know people there. We do in Pine Mountain Lake, of course, but that might be a place to relocate, and then I could continue to operate from there. We'll see. That's an outside thing. We're not sure. We've got used to going up the grade, and I'm sure that Mike knows about the grade. And good morning to Dave and to Bill and Steve, who's listening. And good morning again, Henry. And Paul, your little, not Paul, Ron, quite weak, yeah. I hear you just above the noise level. So with that, I'll turn it over to Henry. WA7YBS has been very helpful with my Verada project, and I've been referring back to the notes, and I'll be putting a few more tubes in and working on that in the coming weeks. But I'd say 99% for sure I would have antennas set up, or things set up by next Sunday, so I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. This is K6VXY over to WA7YBS.
Well, okay. Put a little more carrier on there, and check a few things. Everything looks okay. Got to remember to keep that foot down. Yeah, I use a foot switch for push-to-talk on the KWS-1, and you know, when I set up the W6MIT, so about a big rig, I started using a foot switch on that, and it's very nice. I really like using the foot switch as an implementation of push-to-talk. So anyway, that was what the what problem was there. Okay, Mike, yeah, R648 shock mount, hard to find and standby. Okay. The only one, I didn't see it, but I can believe it that they went for that much instantly. Y'all remember Jim, NU6AM, he had an R648 with the shock mount, and we put him on eBay and he split them. And he got more for the shock mount than he did for the R648. So there you go. And of course, you know, what do I have on my R648? I have a homemade one. You know, I just, actually Mr. T, you remember Mr. T, he made it, and I just kind of, he was not exactly the best metal worker around, and so I kind of cleaned it up and straightened things out and made it look acceptable, put shock mounts on it and stuff. So it's not a bad shock mount. It works, and that's the main thing. But yeah, I can believe it. Over $300 for a shock mount. Yeah, I believe it. Good on the amp. 813s are always good. And get those wireless set 19s to put out a little more power. And let's see, I have Ron's call as a WB9 Echo Golf, WB9 EGG, and we'll find out in a minute if I'm right. But anyway, morning to Dave, good signal in here. Everybody has has good signals. I think the collinear array works just as well on receiving as it does on transmitting. And, you know, for the frequency that it's cut for, which is about 3.9 meg, it does present about a gain, if using the collinear array versus the shop antenna, and the shop antenna is just a 130-foot inverted V center fed. So anyway, projects here are the Raycal receiver, the Mark II, 1959 Raycal. That's an early one, and more early for Raycal anyway. They started making receivers. Well, at first they started making shelving units and golf clubs in 1953, and that was their initial start. Then they threw some electronic stuff in there, and then the Navy, the Royal Navy, wanted some 51J receivers made, R388s, Collins, you know, and so Raycal was trying to make a deal with Collins to build 51J receivers over there in England, and Collins wanted them to use all Collins parts, just be assemblers, and Raycal wanted to use all British parts. So it ended up that the Raycal didn't get the contract, or didn't get the approval from Collins to build the replicas, and as a result, they called in Dr. Trevor Wadley, and Wadley designed a receiver that was very unique and actually quite a good performer, and that became the Raycal RA-17. And so they came out, they started making them about 55, 56, somewhere in there, and supplying them to the Royal Navy. Of course, they almost went broke. They spent like 40,000 pounds, designing the receiver, and it was just like a little company. So I was lucky they had that Royal Navy contract that sort of bailed them out economically. But anyway, this Mark II is from 1959. So that's what we're working on, is the Raycal RA-17C Mark II. With that, I'll turn it over to Ron. And do I have the call right there, Ron? Echo Golf Golf WB9EGG WA7YBS. Well, maybe Ron isn't there at all. How about shooting it over there to Dave, W6MQI? Go ahead.
Yes, is he there? Are you hearing him, Henry?
I hear nothing.
Okay, I'm hearing things here then. Thought I heard a voice off in the distance. Yeah, boy, conditions are pretty good until the neighbor decides to go out in the garage and turn whatever on. That noise level went way up. And I heard them doing something on the side of the house, putting garbage or whatever out. And when they were done with that, I guess they went back in and turned the light on. And the bugs went away. Yeah, living in suburbia. Alright guys, yeah, conditions are pretty good, everybody sounds good, and yeah, I've been busy on the weekends. Actually, I've been golfing. You mentioned Henry. That's kind of what I've been doing. I've been golfing in the mornings, trying to get early starts at 6 a.m., 6:30. Try and beat the crowds a little bit. Haven't been doing too much in the way of radio projects here. Nothing on tube gear or anything right now. That's around with my little QRP QMX Plus HF mode transceiver. But yeah, we got some budget cutbacks at work, and they offered a voluntary separation package, which I think I am going to take. NSA wants to cut back 1 to 3%, which isn't much, but they're giving a severance package, and I think it'll work out just fine for me. So looks like probably October 14th will be my last day of working. Kind of a freak out, but excited at the same time. First time I ever quit a job and didn't have a job. But that'll be okay. And the wife's got another year or so after that. In the meantime, I'm going to get the house all fixed up. Getting ready to sell the house. Kind of keep going back and forth with the idea of possibly renting it out, but the way the renting laws are in California, renters tend to seem to have more legal attachment to your property than you do. They stop paying rent and stuff, well, it's hell to get them out, or they destroy the property. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that or not. That's about it here. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm also using, the TCS is driving the Drake L7 for, I don't know, about, what's it saying there? About a little over 200 watts. So, all right, over to next control, K0DWC. See, I'm forgetting people spell too, it's been so long since I've been out here. K0DWC, W6XUI.
Yeah, I think I heard Ron back in there. Ron, go ahead and make a transmission and send it back up to me net control, K0DWC. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry I missed my turn there. I was tuning up. I got the amplifier on now. I'm hoping that my call sign is Whiskey Baker 9 Echo George. So that is the correct call sign. I won't keep it long. I'm actually trying to get to the gym before it gets crowded. Sunday morning when I get there before 8:15 not to overwhelm me. But it's great to hear all you guys on here. Next time, well, in about a month or so, maybe I'll have that ST1 operating. I have an ST200 here. I want to do some work on it. It's working pretty good, except I haven't gotten into turning those tuning lugs in the back. If you're familiar with that, he's getting amplifier. I want to check the amplifier transceiver, and I know there's inductance coils in the back. I have to tweak them a bit with the dummy load. I haven't gotten around to doing that. But I think what I'll do is, when I get that ST1 double E back, I'll use that ST200. I'll run that for AM. That'll be a great one. Quick combination for those 2 weeks. I picked up this ST200 a few years ago, but I had one when I was a teenager. When I first got my General advanced license back in the early 1970s. I had the ST200 almost 300 country DX with that which was an amazing receiver, and I think it was the transmitter, separate transmitter with the ST200, and then I had a 20-meter beam, which got a lot of good use out of that. I guess the solar must have been awfully good back in 1971, because when I look at all my QSL cards, that was the year wrapped up countries. I used to talk to 9 Nancy 1 Mickey Mouse, Father Brown, who was the first radio operator in Nepal. He's Captain Bruce. like to run full tractor for him because his family was got the company quite a bit. Anyway, that was pretty good. I guess it goes, God, I found it. Go ahead.
Okay, Ron. Yeah, K0DWC confirmed the call sign. William Baker 9, Easy George George is what you said on there. And that was a very, very big improvement there. You were 100% copy, no problem at all. So glad you found the little glitch there. So that was a really good transmission there. So I'll keep you in the number 6 spot there, Ron, and we'll be starting the 73 round now, guys. Let me just make a quick check, see if there's a number 8 quick check that wants to check in before we go to round number 3, the 73 round. So let's check in with Vince Military Radio next. Come now. Okay, nothing heard. All right, guys. Well, we'll start the 73 round this time and go from there. So back up to the top. Oh, 73's to Steve as well. I don't know if he's still on listening or not, but 73 to Steve, and we'll send it up to Bill N6 Bravo Charlie Tango. Go ahead, Bill.
Yeah, okay, Bill. I'm here for the 73 round. Oh, and Chuck, I forgot to mention your email from yesterday, which was kind of like also a kind of a, are you still alive on the distribution list, but enjoyed the little thumbnail clip there relating to retirement. Speaking about that, well, Dave, I'd take that VSP package and not feel guilty, but it sounds like with your exercising and honing your abilities on the links that you're already kind of practicing for retirement. So congratulations on that, and taking advantage of the current circumstances. And I've been curious with the events over the past few months if something was going to roll out on your end. So I would definitely put my hat in the ring, see how many other people are running for the door there, and see what we'll hoping for success in that area. And Vern, well, good luck and hopefully uneventful project flow there on the tinning, disassembly and reassembly that you'll have to do house-wise and amateur radio-wise. But yeah, you reach the point where you gotta take care of business. So good on that. And Henry, just hearing the name Wadley doesn't even have to be connected to Wadley Loop. It's just such a up situation. Oh yeah, excuse me. The danger of eating oatmeal, well, conversing on a net. What can you say? How embarrassing. But with that, I'll say 7-3s. Everybody have a good Sunday and enjoy the cooler weather. And keep an eye out for those R648 mounts. No doubt about that. But there's a happy camper out there somewhere, and we'll see if somebody here on the West Coast, if we hear any braggadocious purchase conversations on somebody's new R648 mount. And Ron, doing well on the last transmission, and nice to get a little history there from your adventures in Chicago with Father Moran. But with that, 7-3s, over to Vern, and we'll listen out. K6VXY, and thanks again, Chuck, W7MS.
Okay. Excuse me. Thanks, Mike. This is K6VXY. Little equipment thing I keep forgetting to mention. I've been using these Pyle, P-Y-L-E, little miniature speakers. They make a 3-inch speaker, and then they make a 3.5 to 4-inch speaker along with a tweeter. Now, the 3.5 by 4-inch speaker that I've been using here with the 7200, I moved into the living room because I wanted the stereo. The Pyle has also come out with a little miniature tube amp, and it sounds really good on music and voice and everything, so I'm using that with the 2 Pyle speakers in the living room. A lot of the stations, they vary a lot. You know, people have these home microphones or home setups. You watch a newscast or some sort of subject cast. They're broadcasting from their den or whatever, and it does a much better job of picking up the voices. And sounds really good. I'm a fan of the Mannheim Steamroller, if any of you have listened to them, and boy, their music really sounds good when you get a decent stereo system to play them. And these are just little speakers. The speaker, the bigger one that I had here on the 7200, I'd say measures about 6 inches across, 3.5 inches or so high, and then about 4 inches deep. So it's a little teeny speaker, but boy, it sounds good. And it's got that nice rubber cushion on the woofer, so the bass sounds real good and clear too. And I'm looking at my meter here. Yeah, this interesting, Mike, you sound great. You know, I'm sorry, Henry, you sound great. I'm in between the 3 good strong stations, which is Mike and then Henry and then Dave. And I heard, Ron, I heard you a lot better the last time. A lot better. He did something there, like 100%. But anyhow, I lost my train of thought. Oh, that's the age thing kicking in. Okay, so, but anyhow, I'd highly recommend you look at online. They're cheap, you know, like the stereo speakers I got, the nice ones. I think it was like $30 or something, which is almost, it's criminal almost. You can get some to sound that good at that price. But being a ham, you know, if I can get a bargain, I'll go for it. Anyhow, 73s to all, and thanks for the wishes on the bugs and all that. Get rid of them. So we'll know in another week or so how successful it was, and we'll do some shopping and stuff, and I might even swing by HRO. It's near Sacramento. It'll be close to us, just see what kind of stuff they got laying around there. And the discount they give me is, you know, for working those years, it's really paid off because like the cable, some of these things, it's like 50%. So the good stuff, you know, they need like coax and you know, different connectors and even tubes. Gee, they gave me 572s. They knocked the blazes out of the price on that. That got me retubing the SP200. Let's see. I think they were, I don't know, something like 140 list, and I paid like 110 or 100, something like that. So I can't resist something like that. That's for a pair of them, of course. So 73s to all. I'll catch you when we come back. And the conditions are getting better. I noticed the sunrise this morning was at 6 o'clock. The 5 o'clock sunrise is gone, so it's now 6 o'clock. And I'm figuring just after Labor Day, it's going to be getting closer to 7. Probably first part of October, it'll definitely be at 7. Then we'll be in heaven's propagation mode. It'd be great. You know, the sun will be coming up later, and which will be good till what, March. So we'll have a good period coming up. But your signals are all, they're, like I said, the three big signals there, which is Mike and Henry and Dave, you're coming in real good. You probably could keep on going 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, but hard to say. I haven't tried that. 73 is all. And nice net there, Chuck. Thank you. So over to WA7 YBS Henry and the group, this K6 VX plane. 73.
Well, okay. K6VX YWA7 YBS. Yeah, I was adjusting the carrier level and talking at the same time. Kind of hard to do. Well, not hard, but, you know, distracting. Let's put it that way. Kind of distracting. Okay. Okay, Mike, we'll keep an eye out for a R648 shock mount. Yeah, rare. That's only the second one I've ever heard of, you know, and like I say, Jim, there in U6AM, God, that had to have been 15 years ago, something like that. Maybe, yeah, probably at least, well, maybe not quite that long, 12 years ago or so, that he put his on, split up, you know, the R648 and the shock, sold them separate, and got more for the shock mount than he did for the receiver. And so, anyway, there you go. We'll say 73 all around. Everybody have a good one. And nice to hear WB9EGG, Ron. Yeah, when you put the amp on, it was big improvement. You went to about, well, you went over 20 over. So it was, I was copying you solid before. But now it's no problems at all. 73, and we'll turn it over to Ron, WB9, EGG, WA7, YBS.
Time, did he?
I don't think so, but you never know. I don't hear. Back to you, Chuck. K0DWC WA7 YBS.
Okay, Henry, thanks. Yeah, I just wanted to confirm that the WB9EGG, Ron, are you there? Over. Okay, I guess he's fine. I didn't hear him, but anyway, we'll send it down to Dave. W6MQI, go ahead.
All right, K0DWC W6MQI. Nothing here. Boy, that amplifier sure made a difference. Amazing results. All right, guys. Yeah, Mike, my program isn't affected yet. If they don't get what they want through voluntary separation, then they're going to get some mandatory separation. But all the cards were in the right spot for me, so yep, I'm going to take it and get the hay out of there. Like I said, excited and scary at the same time. I'll get over it. I'll relax after a while. Not a real big deal. And TTK is still here. It's paid for. Demo's going to come out in September. Grab it. Come to find out, he works at the Y12 facility, so we'll have some war stories to talk about probably. And, so that's about it here. So I guess to say 73, everybody. Position for everybody. Kind of nice. So, I guess back to K0DWC closing up. W6MQI 73.
Okay, Dave, and I wanted to congratulate you too on your upcoming retirement on October the 14th. I'll tell you something. There's nothing quite like the last day of your working life. You know, if you go in there and you have the ball for a change, and it's like, you know what? I can leave any damn time I want, and I'm not going to care about it. And I don't care if they care. That's the way I felt, and I'll tell you something. Leaving the workplace on the last day of your working life in retirement, that's one of the best feelings I ever had in my life. I'm not kidding you. You know, it's like, see you later. Every day Saturday from now on. You know, I'm going to do things at my pace, my way, and if I don't feel like it, I'll just go back and take a nap. So, anyway, that leaves, congratulations anyway there, Dave, and that leaves me to Mike. Mike, that old man is on YouTube. That dear old fella, he made more damn sense than anybody, you know. I want to be like him when I grow up. And I think the one thing he didn't say, though, is even doing nothing is doing something. So that's kind of the way I look at it, too. But anyway, good nap this morning, guys, and thank you all for being there. And Ron, if you're listening, we want to welcome you back anytime on Sunday mornings. We're here right around 7 o'clock or so in the summertime. So you're welcome anytime. And thank you all for a great net this morning. It was nice to have a different check-in for a change. We appreciated that. And everybody enjoy the day today. Like Mikey said, you know, it's going to be a good day today. And, everybody get out and enjoy it. Enjoy the cool weather. So, Henry, I'll give you a buzz later this afternoon. We can jaw a little bit. And we will talk to you guys next week. I'll be net control again next week. That's my regular time period. Carla's, she didn't sleep too good last night, so she's still sleeping. So I took her place this morning. So, but I'll be net control next Sunday. So with that, I'm going to shut the net down. And again, thank everybody for their participation. And invite everyone back next Sunday morning. So with that, we'll turn the frequency back over to regular amateur use. This is K0DWC, Dayton Valley, signing off. 7 for each, guys, and thanks again.
Chuck, and thanks for sending over that video. That was perfect timing. W6MPR.